Hello and welcome to our daily news roundup here on Atlantic TV. I am Nkechi Tejure. Here are our top stories. Tinubu donates salaries to wounded soldiers' families on 74th birthday. PDP. Wike bloc installs new NWC in Abuja. NPA launches major plan to boost Nigeria's non-oil exports. Europe condemns Israel's proposed death penalty plans. CAF expands AFCON tournament to 28 teams. Now to the news in full. President Bola Tinubu announced that all his salaries since May 29, 2023 will go into a welfare fund for wounded soldiers and families of fallen military personnel. He directed the Accountant General to set up the account immediately. The fund will support injured service members, widows, widowers, and children separate from existing military welfare programs. Tinubu also urged governments, lawmakers, and well-wishers to contribute. The president described the donation as a national duty, not charity, and reassured Nigerians that continued investment in security and unity will help tackle current challenges like electricity shortages, transport hikes, and inflation.
And it's a symbol of love and commitment to the growth and unity of this country. I thank all of you. Lunch or dinner I don't have. I didn't prepare for it. But what I need to do on your behalf is to announce a special account to be created today from all the salaries that I've earned. The Accountant General to establish an account to fund those men and women who stand on the arms way, who have lost the husband and wives. Create a special funding for them. Regardless of what insurance or what the military or the armed forces might have been doing. Let's put hands together to donate specially to that account. Those who might have lost their limbs or arms will be able to give them hope and a better promise for the future.
Birthday prayers at the National Mosque, attended by leaders and governors, celebrated Tinubu's leadership and reforms. Many praised his efforts to improve the welfare of military personnel, retirees, and Nigerians nationwide. In Lagos, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted a major cocaine shipment hidden in the heads of imported dry stockfish, also known as okporoko. A suspected kingpin, 36-year-old Amputa Echike, was arrested in the operation carried out at Murtala Mohammed International Airport on March 19th. Officials say 237 wraps of cocaine weighing 5.8 kilograms were seized. The consignment was reportedly bound for Delhi, India. 2 other shipments into the UK were intercepted, including methamphetamine and morphine ampoules. Across Lagos, Ekiti, Ondo, Benue, Edo, and Taraba, NDLEA arrested several suspects and seized large quantities of cannabis, skunk, and codeine syrup. The agency praised its operatives and said intelligence-led operations continue to stop drug trafficking through airports, warehouses, and courier routes. Delegates from Kebbi, Ekiti, Bauchi, and several other states attended the 2026 PDP National Convention in Abuja on Sunday, led by FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. The party unveiled 19 new members of its National Working Committee, with Abdul Rahman Mohammed elected as national chairman. While some states, including Edo and Gombe, boycotted the convention, others, like Sokoto, Ekiti, and Benue, actively participated. Over 2,500 delegates confirmed the NWC members, emphasizing a consensus approach to leadership. The convention follows court rulings nullifying a rival Turaki-led Ibadan convention, highlighting ongoing internal disputes. Key party leaders, including Wike, Bukola Saraki, and Sule Lamido, urged reconciliation, unity, and discipline within the PDP ahead of the 2027 elections. Wike and other leaders praised grassroots loyalty and stressed inclusiveness and renewal as central themes. The new NWC is expected to immediately work on healing divisions, restoring trust, and repositioning the PDP as a strong opposition force nationwide. Former Kano State Governor Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso has resigned from the new Nigeria People's Party and is set to join the African Democratic Congress today. His move comes amid talks of a possible joint presidential ticket with Labour Party's Peter Obi for the 2027 elections. Kwankwaso will be received by ADC leaders including National Chairman David Mark and Secretary Beshola, alongside former Deputy Governor Aminu Gwazo. The development follows high-profile meetings with Obi, Governor Sheyi Makinde, and former Bayelsa Governor Seraike Dixon. Both camps confirmed ongoing discussions with supporters describing the Obi-Kwankwaso ticket as widely popular. NNPP officials said the party may consider alliances if Kwankwaso contests under another platform. Obedience Movement Coordinator Dr. Yunusa Tanko dismissed claims of a rented crowd during Obi's Kano visit, calling the turnout spontaneous. He added that opposition parties may unite ahead of 2027 to challenge the ruling government. The Nigerian Ports Authority has launched a bold plan to boost non-oil exports, focusing on infrastructure upgrades, simplified export processes, and full port automation. Speaking at the 37th Enugu International Trade Fair, NPA Managing Director Abubakar Dansoho highlighted Enugu's role as a gateway to the southeast and emphasized connecting local producers, especially SMEs, to global markets. Dansoho announced investment in key eastern ports, including One, Warri, and Calabar, and the development of new deep sea ports. Central to the reforms are export process terminals designed to streamline cargo documentation, packaging, and shipment. He added that full automation via the National Single Window System will eliminate delays and underhand dealings, linking exporters, domestic warehouses, and global markets. The NPA is calling on investors and businesses to leverage these platforms to expand Nigeria's trade footprint. United Nigeria Airlines has confirmed disruptions to its flights following two separate incidents at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. In the first, a jet blast from a nearby aircraft caused a baggage trolley to hit a parked Embraer 190, damaging its antenna and forward fuselage. The plane, scheduled for flight UNO 500, has been withdrawn for inspection. In the second incident, an Airbus A320 on flight UNO 509 from Asaba to Lagos suffered a bird strike on one of its engines. The aircraft has also been taken out of service for safety checks. The airline apologized for the disruptions and urged passengers to be patient as it works to minimize delays and provide support to affected travelers. You're watching the Daily News Roundup. We'll go on a short break. More news stories on the foreign scene and on sports when we return.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Welcome back. Onto the foreign scene. European nations have voiced strong concerns over Israel's plans to expand the use of the death penalty, warning the proposed law could disproportionately affect Palestinians. The foreign ministers of France, Germany, Italy, and the United Kingdom described the bill as potentially discriminatory and a threat to Israel's democratic principles. The legislation is scheduled for a second and third reading in Israel's Knesset on Monday. If passed, it is expected to face legal challenges and could be reviewed by the Supreme Court. Rights groups, including Amnesty International, have condemned the bill, saying it could turn the death penalty into a tool of discrimination against Palestinians amid rising violence in Gaza and the West Bank. The United Nations has also criticized the proposals, noting they would remove judicial discretion and prevent courts from considering mitigation circumstances. On Sunday, the Council of Europe joined the call for Israel to abandon the law with its chief Alain Berset, stating, and I quote, "The Council of Europe opposes the death penalty in all places and in all circumstances." An Iranian attack on a power and water desalination plant in Kuwait has left one Indian worker dead and caused significant damage to the facility. Kuwait's Ministry of Electricity says the strike targeted a service building at the site, with emergency teams quickly deployed to manage the situation and ensure continued operations. There has been no official response from Iran, though reports indicate extensive damage to the plant. The incident comes amid rising regional linked to the ongoing US-Israeli war on Iran. Kuwaiti authorities say multiple missile and drone threats have been detected in recent days, with some targeting military facilities and injuring several servicemen. Meanwhile, Qatar has strongly condemned the attack, expressing full support for Kuwait's security and sovereignty. Experts warn that continued strikes on critical infrastructure like desalination plants could pose serious risks as the Gulf region relies heavily on them for drinking water. Away from the foreign scene now to sports news, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has announced that the Africa Cup of Nations will expand from 24 to 28 teams. CAF President Patrice Motsepe made the announcement on Sunday, saying the move reflects the organization's commitment to world-class football and attracting top African players back to the continent. Motsepe did not reveal how the tournament format will change or when the expansion will take effect. The last four editions featured 24 teams after the tournament was increased from 16 in 2019. He confirmed that the 2027 finals will go ahead in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, with a second tournament scheduled for 2028. After that, AFCON will be held every 4 years. CAF also plans a Nations League in 2029 featuring a 16-team final held every 2 years. Motsepe added that the expansion is part of a broader strategy to make African football fixture more predictable and reliable, while also developing the sport in East Africa. The move aims to give emerging national teams more opportunities to compete at the highest level. Tottenham Hotspur has parted ways with head coach Igor Tudor after 7 games in charge as the club fights to avoid relegation. Tudor lost 5 matches, leaving Spurs just 1 point above the drop zone. The 47-year-old did not speak to the media after a 3-0 loss to Nottingham Forest, which came shortly after his father's death. Tottenham said it supports Tudor and will announce a new head coach soon. Tudor, appointed in February after Thomas Frank's exit, could not halt Spurs' slide. The team remains winless in the Premier League since December and has been eliminated from all cup competitions. With 7 games left, Tottenham must battle to stay up alongside West Ham, Nottingham Forest and Leeds. Relegation would be a major shock for the London club, once a Champions League regular. And with that, sports news, we come to the end of our daily news roundup for today here on Atlantic TV. Do also follow us on all our social media platforms for more news stories and headline updates. Thank you so much for watching. I am Nkechi Tejere. Have a good day.